Hey y'all, Shark Scrapper. So when I picked up the traffic control system, there was a bunch of miscellaneous laboratory equipment that was thrown in with the lot. This is one of the unusual pieces. Big water kind of test or filtration system. Perkin-Elmer, high-end kind of company. So we're gonna do a quick scrap on it, see what we got here. Come on, let's dive in. Now these tubes are interesting. They're heavy duty plastic. They would have probably had some sort of filters or something. Maybe RO components. This shows cartridge sequence and water flow. So I'm not sure what would have been in the cartridges, but probably some sort of filters. Huh. I gotta think through whether or not there would be any reason to keep these, what they might be good for. See, the tube sits down inside of this handle thing. Great big old drinking glass, maybe? Now, of course, my Australian or my British friends, they would say, oh, that's just a beer mug. Now, one of the interesting things about high-end laboratory equipment is the hardware tends to be quality stuff. So my suspicion is that the metal parts that are inside here are stainless steel, but they're sealed inside of this plastic, so I don't know how that's coming out. Kind of thinking that the hardware here is going to be stainless. We'll find out. Here's another type. Let's see, what do you... The nut is ferrous, the screw is stainless. That just sounds like ferrous. Oh, it's not. Interesting. That's not ferrous. Very cool. Come on now. This is some sort of low-grade junction power switch. So this is a power switch, probably for the pump. You are also not ferrous, so get you all cleaned up. It doesn't feel like aluminum, but we'll throw it on the grinder and check. I don't know, it's hard to say. I'm thinking it might be aluminum. And an interesting little board here. It's got a motor or a transformer that can be sold as a motor. Socket mounted IC, a big old socket mounted IC there, top hat crystal oscillator, bunches of ICs, diode, yeah, so some, I think when I take off the big heavy chunky motor, it could go in with the gold finger cards. Cool, huh? I'm going to go right with the 12-inch extender on this one because I think I may have to reach behind some stuff here. we go. There's our pump. So real nice motor with a precision kind of pump hill, truth hill pump mode here. So this would have been a high-end laboratory pump. Yeah, now it's just a motor. And we'll see, maybe we'll get these are flathead screws, so we'll see if the pump part will come off. But my yard is pretty good about taking motors that have pumps still on them. See some scorching here and here. This is where the motor was with the pump. So my suspicion is the pump burned out. And that's why this failed and why they had to get rid of it. Because otherwise there'd be no reason for this scorching to be here. So the body itself is not responding to a magnet. So I'm assuming now that we have sheet steel. Excuse me, sheet aluminum is my guess. But I want to get a piece off and get it over to the grinder so we can confirm what we're dealing with here. There we go. All right, let's go throw this on a grinder, see what we're dealing with here. Yeah, I'd call that aluminum. All right, so these pieces are aluminum. So that'll go in the sheet aluminum. And I need to get this piece cleaned up so I don't have any more ferrous hanging on it. Or plastic. Mostly the ferrous is what they don't want to have on there. So I will get this cleaned up and we'll get some weights on what we've got here. We got 7 pounds of sheet aluminum, a 7-pound motor, and we also ended up with stainless steel, less than a pound. It won't even weigh on the 1 pound increment scale, so less than a pound. This board, I'll take the motor off, put this in with my gold fingers. We'll call that $1. And a little bit of insulated copper number 2, insulated copper wire number 2. This low-grade board, I don't know, penny. And then some little ferrous bits that'll go in with the shred. So, you know, all in all, not a bad, it was just in that lot. That's the way the county put it together to get rid of stuff. So we'll add that into the total.